Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of I Love You, Colonel Sanders. Last time we left off, we were in Colonel Sanders' house, apartment thing, whatever it is, and we were gonna make a big move, but I misinterpreted that, and now we're all the way back here. Give me a second, and we'll just clip through to where we stopped off. Alright guys, we're back here, and we're just gonna jump right in. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket. You decide now's your moment and make a big move. Apparently that means something else. You fess up and tell the truth. I'm telling the truth. You confess. I think I'm developing feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel Sanders in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Evan. I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into slumber. Dream sequence! Zzz. Hey guys, it's already day 3. Let's go! You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. What's the difference between a hideaway and a house? Oh well. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's I don't know what these words are. Meticulous? Whatever that means. You taste Colonel Sanders' food, and it takes you on a journey. I'm tripping bad, bruh. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say they were the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Take him down a peg. Let's flatter him a little bit. You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quick. Overcome with emotion and confessed by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something happened to you. It's okay, I was just... But now that it turns out that you're fine, I can finally get up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but... You would not believe what happened to me, but after school yesterday, I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I've been partnered up with Clank, he's asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him, you better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. Oh my god. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure. I can get to know the little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say skydiving as if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker? Yeah, that's typical. And now I'm not sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Following up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection, wowzers. Miriam offers to support you no matter what you do. Thanks, Miriam. Together with your bestie, you feel like you can do anything. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp the fact. Because you know, he's Pop's. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right now. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Hey, sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dipped too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school. There's that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? She's crying like that's sad. The whole time she's been bullying everybody. You got some nerve, Evan, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accidentally makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up, ever. Colonel Sanders arrives as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Evan, how's the hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fine form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail when winning so hard. Oh, that's actually a really good comeback. Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say. It was bland. I am weak. It was bland. Excuse me, Evan. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you should tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine arts of fine foods. See you inside, Evan. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she is. Hold on. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slightly you feel by the interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Oh my god, are we gonna summon something? Whoa, that's that book. It looks like really bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire, like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a book if it weren't really that powerful? I can't think of one sure way fire to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. I could use this spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way dramatic. Couldn't you do something else, like anything else, like not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine. It is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing... You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Cast it or don't do it after all. I feel like if we cast it, because it just feels like we'll lose. I'm gonna say don't do it. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose crunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. Let's wait to see what happens. Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrence, I told you never to come back here. Terrence, I will destroy you. Terrence! Sprinkles is barking furiously, ferociously, drool flying off of his face. The squirrel looks over it, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel who named is Terrence? You better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again. After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone. Ahem, I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Evan, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see. But before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the classroom. Sprinkles is interrupted by words and sparks coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it for after class. Bzz, bzz. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. Whirr. But no, you had to show off your cool kid friends Jeff and John. J&J forever. Watch us from a triangle midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Bzz, bzz. Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great day. Oh, beep, whir. Then take Jeff and Joanne with you. You can't all hold hands as you pedal down to the mountain or off a cliff for all I care. Sad beep. That's the best line he had so far. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gaps in his panels, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank. Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Consider that he himself has wheels, not feet. It's not entirely clear where he came from. In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay. I thought that was dog talking. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a spell over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate, but we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam. Trademark. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, are you okay? Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several drops of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure. So you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through the final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam begins brightening up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Stallion and ride off into the sunset without me. Of course not. Well, maybe sorta, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else wants to be brought along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you met today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person. You shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup. And I bet the professor dog is going to love it up. While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You've decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. and a chance to beat the pants off of Von Von, the supposed man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of recipe before you begin working on Evan's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Evan, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. That was not the professor, Jesus. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie begins to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's not bad. Oh, I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who is hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Okay, well, I'm gonna think about me first and say ignore that like there wasn't a sound at all. Did you hear that? Hear what? I distinctly heard a bite chill. Somebody must be training Sprinkles to do a trick. I bet his mouth is watering. Strange. I was going to say that my mouth was watering. Alas, I'll have to look somewhere else for something tasty to put it in. Smoke begins to billow out of the oven, filling the arena around you. Yeah, I hope you will. I'll leave you to it then. Happy visualizing. A disappointed Colonel Sanders leaves the arena. When the coast is clear, you finally open the oven to find your practice pie has been reduced to ash. Smells like lunch. Beat it, Pop. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules. That's it. Except to cook with everything you've got. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll put you over the edge of victory. Meanwhile, both Van Van and Ashley are preparing wildly elaborate dishes, per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely preparing to go big, going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe, fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the... what? Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash. Miriam furiously injects ingredients in an itsy bitsy pot of broth. Best friend Bastard Blaster. Von Von flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roll it. Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. Even Clank gets in on it. Oh, he speaks English? 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, did Clank learn to speak English? It's a singularly, as was foretold. We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-destruct. Von Von quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out of the back door of the arena. He knows too much. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spell book out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic?